Hello cat people! Welcome to the Catlady Christmas calendar. I'm Catlady Antigoni and today we are going through some Christmas palettes. What are we doing today? Basically, I'm digging into my collection and I have found some palettes that in my head, in my opinion, I could call them Christmas palettes. Some of them, or most of them, are discontinued nowadays, but with this video I would like to tell you that you need to think about color schemes more than you need to think about the actual palette. So if you find an inspiring color scheme, I'm sure that you can recreate it with the palettes that you already have. Now, if you have some palettes and you don't know how to do it, you can always leave a comment down below and I'm ready to help you. So with this video, I hope that I will give you this message. Like, we can find a million beautiful palettes, but we don't need them all. We can create gems from the palettes that we already have, and this can be fun also. Something else that I would like to add before we go to the actual collection that I have brought here for you is that for me, as I have told you a million times by now, Christmas are not necessarily red and green. Yes, I have included some palettes with red and green color scheme, but mainly you will see a lot of blue into my palettes because to me it reminds me kind of snow and frosty stuff, and in my head the ideal Christmas have snow. I'm from Greece, we don't see a lot of snow, so to me snow is something extremely special. It makes me super happy, and the ideal Christmas should have snow. So that's why I have done the choices. Also, before I start, one last thing, okay? All the palettes that I have chosen, they are cruelty-free. A lot of them are vegan as well. I'm gonna tell you which ones are vegan while I'm presenting them to you. But yeah, keep in mind that in this channel we are doing only cruelty-free makeup because it's great if you love beauty, but no one else has to suffer for your choices. At number 1, I have the most obvious palette that I could find out there, and of course I'm talking about Aden Christmas Eve. Basically, fun fact, the makeup that you see here, it is created by using only this palette and actually is a part of a collab video, so definitely I'm gonna leave a link down below so you can go there and watch it. Now, when it comes to the palette, it has an amazing color scheme. I mean, this is the perfect, the ultimate Christmas color scheme for me. We can see some blue tones, we can see some silver, even some golden, which I'm not really against. It's not my favorite, but when it comes to Christmassy and holiday makeup, yeah, I could definitely use some golden. I find it very useful. And here we have our duochromes. I'm drooling. I mean, look at it. This is actually a multi-chrome. It goes from blue to yellow to pink. It's a dream to me. And here we have a very nice deep blue with kind of purplish shimmer, and it's just great. And here we have the color of the eyes. I don't think that I need to say anything more about this palette. I think that this is one of the most interesting palettes that I have in my collection. And tell me, do you want me to dupe this palette with some other eyeshadows from other palettes? Because unfortunately it's discontinued, and I know that a lot of you wanted to buy this, but you didn't in the end because Aden did like a snappy release, like you have it, now you don't have it, and if you bought it, you bought it. That's very unfortunate, but we need to move on, right? So tell me if you want me to do this palette. At number 2, we have from Beauty Bay, The Age of Opulence, and yes, I'm keeping the boxes, okay? It's a thing. I have a thing with the boxes, and basically, whenever I buy a palette which is coming with a box, I always keep the box, and I save the palette in the box. I think this is perfection in my head. Anyway, back to relevancy. So I'm gonna show you the color scheme. Basically, this is the palette, and that's the color scheme. I think you can see the pattern here with the blues and the jewel tone purples. Here we have more purples than the Aden, but I love it because I think that it's also a very Christmassy palette that you would use to go to celebrate, to eat in a very expensive restaurant. I get these expensive vibes. When it comes to the quality, it's very nice. I love Beauty Bay eyeshadow quality. They are doing an amazing job. It's been a while since I've used this palette, but let me tell you, with this palette you can be extremely creative. You have a million choices and a million different paths to choose from. Like, you have your neutrals, you have some golden colors, and then you have purples. You have every shade of purple that you can imagine. You have some blues here. You have this, which is between blue and purple, and then you have a black. So basically you can adjust the depth of all the colors. You can make them super dramatic, super deep. So to me it's a very versatile palette, although that you don't see it with a first glance. In my head, if you try to analyze the color scheme that this has, you will find out that it's extremely versatile, and that's why I recommend it. Yes, it's sold out. No, it's not sold out, it's discontinued. I'm sorry. But I think you can dupe it. If you don't want to find something in your collection, Beauty Bay nowadays has this blue palette, the big one. I don't remember the name, but I will try to include a link down at my description box. It basically comes in 3 forms, the 9 pan, the 16 pan, and a big one with 30 something pans. The 16 I think is a very good dupe for this palette. At number 3 we have a palette from a Swedish indie brand. I'm talking about Gloss Gods and their palette Gal on the Moon. Let me open this palette for you. Oh, it's super beautiful. It has basically only effect eyeshadows. A lot of people claim that this palette is a companion palette and you cannot use it as it is. I strongly disagree with this opinion. I have a video actually where I'm doing an eyeshadow look only by using this palette and not by using it as a companion palette. And yes, with all these deep colors and the blues and the purples, I think that with this palette you can create a million different looks. Yes, I can agree, not a million conventional looks, not a million of the expectant Christmas looks, but basically if you want to understand how I'm thinking Christmas and how I'm thinking kinda the expensive restaurant look, this is the palette that depicts it. Like, you have some very deep colors and these are super great, and then you can top them with duochromatics, and then you can see the shifts when you're going out and you have lower lights. If you also go to a nightclub, and there you can see it in different, more dark lighting. To me, this is the absolute Christmas fantasy. And again, I know that it might not be everyone else's Christmas fantasy, but I couldn't stop myself from mentioning this palette. It's so beautiful. Okay, and for those of you who actually stayed after this palette, I'm ready to give you a more traditional Christmassy alternative. Are you ready? So I'm about to talk about the Lip List from BH Cosmetics. Again, you cannot find this palette because it's discontinued, but basically it's the last year's release from BH Cosmetics. This is how the palette looks like, and ta-da! This is the inside, and yeah, this is screaming Christmas for everyone. You can find reds. Finally, I think it's the first palette that I'm showing you which contains red. Sorry, I'm not a big fan of red. Sorry. But also, you can find some very, very beautiful greens. Even you can go with blue. To me, beautiful is such an important Christmas color because it reminds me of winter. So if I see blue, immediately I'm thinking of winter, and the highlight of winter is Christmas. So this is how my train of thought is going. Anyway, let's go back to the palette. In this palette, you basically have 2 rows, or 2.5 rows if I count these as well, with more neutral eyeshadow colors. So basically you can go again with something more traditional, something more calm, instead of going crazy with all the colors that I would have chosen. And also you have a pressed glitter. I know that for a lot of people a pressed glitter is a negative thing because they are considered extremely cheap, and I will not disagree to this. It's quite cheap to produce pressed glitter, but to me it actually fits the palette because it actually gives you this Christmas vibe. And let me tell you, it's quite difficult to find a good red in glitter, because usually the most of the reds that I have tried, they're kind of dark pink. They're not true red. So when I found this, I was super excited because I think it's the most proper red in glitter form in my collection, and I'm a person who is using a lot of glitters. I don't care what other people are saying, like, oh, it's so cheap. It's fine. If you like glitter, use glitter. It's great. Glitter brings happiness to everyone who is using it. Try it next time and you will remember me. Anyway, so I don't find it as a negative thing. I find it more that it completes the palette, it completes the color, sorry. But even if you don't like it, it's just one eyeshadow. You can just cover it, okay? I covered my finger in glitter. I'm happier now. And you can cover it and you have a very beautiful palette, which can be a lot of things. You can create a lot of looks as well. At number 5, we are going again back to Aden, which, if I didn't mention, is also a Swedish indie brand. And here we have another discontinued palette. This is the collaboration that they have done with Annette Ubrestad from Annette's Makeup Corner, and this is called Giant Wolves. To me, this palette, which is a very beautiful palette, we need to admit that, it doesn't necessarily remind me of Christmas specifically, but it reminds me of the winter vibe. I get very wintry, cold and dark vibes, which I really like, and this is how I have Christmas in my head, so I can make the connection. I don't know if it is that simple for you as it is for me, but I love this palette so much, and I think that it's very, very inspiring for winter looks. Basically, Annette, if you didn't know this, she's from Norway, and if someone knows about dark, cold winters, I think she's one of the best who can say about it. So I think that she captured this whole feeling into this palette. And yes, in my head you can even go with some Christmassy look. Again, not the traditional looks, but you can go dark and then you can apply some shimmery or this amazing duochrome. Oh, this duochrome is extremely beautiful. You can apply it on a dark base and then you can create the absolute, the only smoky eye that everyone is gonna look during that special night. And now it's time for the Greek word of the day. Today I have said a lot of times the word traditional because I'm not talking in the end about traditional Christmas palettes. That's why I decided to tell you this word in Greek. So in Greek we say paradosiakos. Say it with me. Pa-ra-do-sia-kos. Paradosiakos. As always, I'm gonna ask you to try to write a comment down below using the word paradosiakos, or tell me the word in your own native language. And last but not least, at number 6, we have a kinda unexpected choice. I think the whole video was full of unexpected choices. Anyway, I'm talking about ELF and the palette from Cookies and Dreams collection. Basically, to me, this palette is when you have ice on the ground and then the ice starts melting and then you can see the ground again with some more dark spots and some lighter spots. This is depicting the winter as I'm living it here in Sweden. I think that I see this a lot of times during my winter days. I see a lot of ice, then I see some ground, which is exactly one of those colors that I see here. So to me, this is the perfect palette for winter. Now, when it comes to what kind of looks you can create with this color scheme, I'm thinking more about Ice Queen. Ice Queen is one of my favorite makeup inspirations, so that's why my mind instantly went to this subject. But if you have any other ideas how you can use it in a Christmassy / wintry vibe without doing the whole Ice Queen thing, I would be very, very happy to know about your ideas. And that was it. This was our video for today. Tell me, did you like my recommendations? Tell me, did I inspire you a little bit to use whatever you have in your collection and not buy more and more stuff all the time? If yes, please leave a heart down in the comments. I would be very, very happy to see it. Thank you so, so much for being here with me today. I appreciate you a lot. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. In everything, my name is Catlady Antigoni, and I will be very, very happy to see you there as well. See you tomorrow with a new video, and until then, bye!